Women operate on a completely different psychological frequency than men, and most guys will never figure it out. There are 5 dark secrets about female psychology that explain behaviors you've seen but never understood. By the end of this video, you'll decode the patterns that confuse most men for their entire lives. What you're about to learn changes everything. Before we begin, this isn't about attacking women or being misogynistic. This is about understanding the truth. Women aren't wrong for having these psychological patterns. They're human. Just like men have their own psychological drivers that women find confusing. Understanding female psychology isn't about manipulation. It's about clarity. It's about finally making sense of behaviors that seem contradictory on the surface, but make perfect sense when you understand the deeper psychology. Let's reveal what's really going on. Secret number 1. Women are attracted to your behavior, not your intentions. This is the dark truth that destroys nice guys. Here's what happens. You have good intentions. You're kind, respectful, considerate. You think that should be enough, but her psychology doesn't work that way. Evolutionary psychology reveals why. For thousands of years, women needed to assess male value quickly and accurately for survival. They couldn't afford to believe what men said. They had to trust what men did. So her brain is wired to ignore your words and focus on your actions. When you say you're confident but act insecure, she feels the insecurity. When you say you're independent but act needy, she feels the neediness. The dark secret? She's not consciously doing this. It's happening at a subconscious level. Her attraction isn't a choice. It's an automatic response to behavioral cues. This is why the bad boy who's inconsiderate but confident gets more attraction than the nice guy who's considerate but weak. It's not that she wants to be treated badly. It's that her psychology responds to the strength in his behavior, not the kindness in his intentions. The lesson? Your actions must match your words. Better yet, let your actions speak so loud your words become unnecessary. She's reading your behavior like a psychological blueprint. Make sure it's communicating strength, not weakness. Secret 2. Women prioritize emotional validation over logical solutions. This confuses men endlessly because male psychology works the opposite way. Here's the pattern you've seen 1,000 times. She comes to you with a problem. You offer a solution. She gets frustrated. You're confused because you just helped her, right? Wrong. Female psychology, shaped by evolutionary social bonding, values emotional connection over problem solving. When she shares a problem, she's not asking for a solution. She's asking to be emotionally understood. The dark secret? Her brain releases bonding chemicals like oxytocin when she feels emotionally validated. Logic doesn't trigger that response. So when you jump straight to solutions, you're missing what her psychology actually needs. This isn't manipulation, it's biology. Female brains have more connections between emotional and verbal centers. Processing emotions through conversation is how she regulates them. The application? Listen first. Validate her feelings before solving anything. Say, "That sounds really frustrating," before you say, "Here's what you should do." Once she feels heard emotionally, then she's open to solutions. Understanding this secret transforms your communication. Stop trying to fix everything immediately. Start recognizing when she needs emotional support versus actual advice. Secret 3. Attraction isn't negotiable, logical, or controllable. This is the darkest truth about female psychology, and it applies to everyone, not just women. Here's what breaks men's hearts. You think if you're good enough, kind enough, present enough, prove your value enough, she'll choose to be attracted to you. But attraction doesn't work that way.
Evolutionary psychology shows that attraction is triggered by specific subconscious cues like confidence, social status, physical health, emotional stability, and pre-selection by other women. These aren't conscious choices, they're automatic responses. The dark secret? She can't force herself to feel attraction any more than you can force yourself to be attracted to someone you're not. It's not a decision, it's a biological response. This is why friend zoning happens. She genuinely likes you as a person, but the attraction circuitry in her brain isn't activating, and no amount of logic, convincing, or proving your worth will flip that switch. Because now you're demonstrating low-value behavior, neediness. The lesson? Either you trigger attraction or you don't. Stop trying to convince or negotiate. Accept that attraction is either present or it's not. Focus your energy on becoming the kind of man who naturally triggers those attraction cues, and then find women who respond to who you actually are. Secret 4. Women test men constantly, and they're not even aware they're doing it. These are called fitness tests or compliance tests, and they're everywhere. Here's the psychology. On a subconscious level, her brain is constantly assessing whether you're as strong as you appear. Is your confidence real or fake? Are your boundaries solid or flexible? Will you maintain your frame under pressure? The dark secret? These tests feel like disrespect, unreasonable, or drama, but they're actually her psychology checking your strength. Examples: she suggests plans that conflict with something you already committed to. She's testing if you maintain boundaries. She gets slightly disrespectful in front of friends. She's testing if you'll hold frame publicly. She creates small amounts of drama. She's testing your emotional stability. Evolutionary psychology explains why. Women needed to ensure their partner was actually strong enough to protect and provide. A man who crumbles under her small tests would crumble under real threats. Here's what most men get wrong. They think passing the test means compliance, happy wife, happy life. But that's failing the test. Passing means maintaining your boundaries calmly and confidently without getting emotional. Pass the test by being unshakable, and the testing decreases dramatically. Secret 5. Pre-selection. The fact that other women find you attractive is one of the most powerful attraction triggers in female psychology. This is dark but undeniable. Here's what happens. When she sees that other women desire you, want your attention, or compete for you, her attraction to you increases dramatically. Evolutionary psychology reveals why. In ancestral environments, women couldn't assess every man individually, so they used social proof. If other women found a man valuable, he probably was valuable. This became a psychological shortcut. The dark secret: a woman's attraction to you can increase simply because another woman showed interest, even if nothing about you actually changed. This is why single guys struggle while guys in relationships get more attention. Why men with female friends attract more interest. Why social proof, photos with women, stories about past relationships, being seen with female company boosts attraction. It's not logical, but her psychology treats other women's validation as evidence of your value. Their desire pre-validates you. The application? Build genuine friendships with women. Have female presence in your social life. Don't hide that women find you attractive or interesting. This isn't about making her jealous. It's about triggering the pre-selection response in her psychology. But here's the key. It has to be real. Fake social proof backfires. Build genuine social value, and the pre-selection effect happens naturally. Now, here's the critical balance. Understanding these dark secrets doesn't mean becoming cynical or manipulative. Female psychology is complex, nuanced, and shaped by millions of years of evolution. These patterns exist for survival reasons. They're not wrong, they're human. And men have our own psychological patterns that women find frustrating. Compartmentalization, emotional unavailability, visual-based attraction that seems shallow, competitive drive that ignores relationships. The point isn't to judge female psychology as inferior or manipulative. The point is to understand it so you can navigate relationships with clarity instead of confusion. When you understand these secrets, you stop taking things personally. You recognize that her behavior isn't about rejecting you. It's about her psychological programming responding to specific cues. Use this knowledge to build genuine attraction based on understanding, not manipulation. Become the kind of man who naturally aligns with positive female psychological patterns. So there you have it. 5 dark secrets of female psychology that explain behaviors most men never understand. This isn't about controlling women or playing games. It's about clarity. It's about finally understanding the why behind the what.